Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Coco and today we're going to be doing some prep work. This is usually what I do every 2 weeks or so when I do a grocery trip and I get all my herbs and spices ready for the week to go because it saves a lot of time, and I just go through there and I'm ready, have them in the freezer and I'm ready to go put them in marinades, put them in stir fries, whatever I do. And I'm going to show you how I do that today, so stay tuned on CookLove. Hi everybody. Okay, so we're ready to talk about the things that we're going to be chopping up and prepping today. One of them is we're going to be prepping cilantro, which is just really easy, but it's really handy for your whole week for you to cook with it. We're going to be freezing and cutting green onions, which I cook a lot with, and you can use it for a lot of things, Asian dishes, baked potatoes, lots of stuff. I use it in my sourdough starter, like little pancake that I make. We're gonna be doing ginger, and like I use ginger, but it goes bad in the fridge, so the best way that I've learned it is to just freeze it and store it for when you do use it. And it's so handy because you don't end up having to be like, darn, I forgot ginger. The other thing is lemons. Lemons are always in season during a certain time, but at the grocery stores, they're so expensive. So when I have them, I'll freeze the juice, and I could use it for so many things, like making ceviche, lemon pepper chicken. You can use it for lemonade. It's just frozen, and you just take it out and use it as you go, and I freeze it in increments. And then the last thing would be just like dried herbs that you can use. If you have them, then they're ready to go, and they're fresher tasting than the ones that you buy that have already probably been sitting there for a really long time. So we're gonna start on that. First, I'm gonna start with the lemons, okay? So I have a bunch of lemons from my tree, and they need to get used because they're trying to start blossoming again. So here we're going to just rinse them off, and we're going to use this to squeeze them in here. And I usually try and do 2 cups, but you can also do 1 cup. And I just put it in a little Ziploc bag, and it's ready to go. Okay, you guys, so like I just like to cut this, and some of them are gonna fit in my lemon squeezer, but some of them are too big, so that's why I'll use this thing to catch the seeds. And I just squeeze it, and I collect like a couple of cups at least. Okay, so these are Meyer lemons, so they're really juicy. Oops. And I'm lucky enough to have a tree. So whenever I have to go to the grocery store and buy lemons, I feel really bad because they're so expensive and they're not even as juicy. So I'm spoiled. And so we're just going to go through here and squeeze as much of it out. Usually I'll go back in there and then like double squeeze it, but we're just trying to get a couple of cups so that we can freeze them. So far I think it's about 7 lemons, and I'm not to 1 cup yet, so it takes a lot of lemons. That's why if you wanted to make something with a lot of lemons, it can get expensive. They're usually like 99 cents a pound, and a pound is like 2-3 lemons. Okay, so now that we did our lemons, there's about 2 cups here. I want to save some fresh ones for when I use it for cooking during the week. But if you guys could plant a lemon tree or a lime tree, that is the best thing to have. So what I'll do is I'll just come over here and write like 2 cups of lemon juice. On here, and then it's ready to go. I'll pour it in here. And then we're ready to store it. Okay, so here it is when it's taken out and it's frozen. And then so if you wanted to use it, you can just put it in some cool water and defrost it, or leave it in the fridge in a bowl because sometimes they'll leak. But then you can use it for whatever you need for marinades, sauces, whatever. But this is the perfect way. Or you can just put this in to make lemonade. It's super simple and ready to go. So the next thing we're going to be doing is cilantro. Now, I buy these from the store. They're like 2 for $1, but they only last a couple of days in the fridge if you leave it like this. So the way that I do it is this will last at least a week to 10 days. I've had it last a little bit more, but at least a week. So this will get you through a whole week's worth of food, whatever you need if you don't get to it, to make salsa, whatever. But this is legit the best way. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're not gonna rinse it. You just leave it and you rinse it as you go. So you take out whatever you need when you need it, and then rinse it and cut it up, and you'll leave it in the fridge. So what we're gonna do is super simple, and I wish I would have known this all my life. So we're gonna come over here. I don't need the cutting board because it's tin. Just gonna. So I bought 2 bushes. This is gonna last me around 10 days. So it's plenty of time to be able to make lots of stuff with it. So you're gonna take the little tie off. And I like to keep them separate. So then as you go, you get your paper towels, and I think it's around 3 that'll cover it. So we have our paper towels, then you just put it in the paper towel and roll it till it's covered like this, and you're ready to go. I'm gonna do that to both of them. So it's about 3. Keep ripping that. And you just roll it, super simple. And then we come through in our Ziploc bag, and then I'll write the date. So that I know like how long it's been in there. And then we just get a Ziploc bag, and then you just put it in here. And then say you want to use it and you're taking it out. You just get a little bushel of it that you want, wash it and use it. And then if it's really wet, just get another set of dry paper towels and re-roll it. But that'll make it last. All right, on to the next one. Okay, you guys, so just like the cilantro, I went and I bought 3 things of green onions. Now, these also will only last about maybe 3 days in the fridge. They go bad really fast, but the way that I do them is like so convenient, like you'll never go back. So you want to get them out, and you do want to wash these, because when we store them, we're gonna get them out and they'll be ready to go, so you won't be able to wash them like the cilantro. So we're gonna rinse these off and then cut them up, and so I'll show you how to do that right now. So we're just gonna And you want to rinse these really good. Alright, so just line them up. And then we're just going to come through here and just slice them. And this is perfect because you can use this like when you are done making like an Asian meal, Asian inspired meal. You would just come through and sprinkle these on top. Or when you're going to make baked potatoes, you can just sprinkle this on top. It's ready to go. And you know when you're in the fridge, they go bad so quickly that you just get like, oh my gosh. Okay, so just come through here and slice these up. You don't have to use the bottom parts, the white part, but I like that. It's actually really strong. And if you like onions, like you want to use that part. But you can also just like mix it in there. Okay, so I'm going to go through, I'm going to cut all this, and then we'll be right back, and I'm going to show you how I store them. Okay, you guys, so now that these are all cut up, I'm going to put the date. Only because then it helps me keep track of how long it's been in there. And then we're just going to put them in there. And these little, these are so handy because you can fold them and just put them in there. Okay, so this is a good amount. This is going to be really good. This is going to last me a while. Just, even though it's just like a buck of stuff, but still the convenience of not having to run to the grocery store to just pick this up if you need it is worth a lot more than that. And then I'm going to show you how it is when it's frozen. So this is why I'm doing it, because I'm running low. But I just have it and it's ready to go. See, it's frozen, but it's easy. You just grab it out and you sprinkle it on whatever you want to use it on. The last thing we're gonna do is ginger, and then I'm just gonna show you how I do some of the herbs that I'll dry them sometimes, so I keep them in the fridge, but you can use them anyway. But they're really strong when they're like here on this little thing they come on, I don't know, branch, because the ones that are like dried have been like sitting there for a really long time, and these are even just dried or fresher than the ones at the store in the bags. And then the ginger, I'll use ginger and then it'll go bad in the fridge because I forget it's there or I don't cook with it for a week. So the best way that I found it, because I love fresh ginger, is to cut it up and store it this way so that I can have it anytime I want it, and I don't have to run to the store for just ginger. Okay, so what I do is with the herbs, so this rosemary, I have a huge bush of this, so I can go to it anytime. But like if say you're, you know, somebody gives you some, or you want to cut a little few sprigs from somewhere, then you would just cut them. And I just cut them just like that. And you can use it with chicken, you can use it with fish, in soups and stuff. It just depends. But then I just keep a little jar and I just put it right in there. And it's just ready to go anytime. Ooh, where is it? Here we go. anytime you need it. Just get a little sprig of it out and you're ready. The other convenient way that I do it is I'll put it like a little decorative thing. This is with some sage. And then if I did need it, I have it, but I always have it. So you could do a lot of stuff with it. They say when you have it in your house, it brings good luck and protection. So those are always little things, reasons to have stuff like that in the house. And if you did have it like this, you can always just keep it in a Ziploc bag in your fridge and it'll last a very long time. Now the last thing is ginger. So you want to just cut all around it. And it's kind of like garlic, but it has a little bit more texture to it. So this is what happens when you get new knives. You cut yourself until I get used to them. And so you could store it like this in your fridge for maybe a week, but it'll go bad. So the way that I do it is I'll chop it up finely and then I'll put it in the freezer, and I'll usually get a big hunk of it and do it so that I have it for a long time. But even this, if you just use like a little bit here and there on recipes, this will even last you a while if you freeze it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I cut this up. You could use a garlic press. I've done that before too, but it's more it gets kind of caught up in stuff. Or you can use a, where is it? Or you can use one of these. This is pretty much the best way. And you just go through here and take all of it, this part, and until you get like a little pile. And you could do either or, and then I'm going to show you what I do with it when I store it. Okay, so same thing with all the other herbs in a Ziploc bag. I froze it, and I kind of put these little divots in there with the not the sharp side of the knife. When it was a little bit frozen, I laid it flat on a cookie sheet, and then I did that. And then look how convenient it is. Like if I wanted to just get a little chunk, I just come through and I break a little piece off, and then I just put it in with my stir fries, or if I'm trying to make sauces, any of this. And they're little, this is I actually used this little grater, and this worked really good. And it was easy when you have a big chunk, because when it's small it's kind of hard, but if you do like a big piece of it, it'll be easy. So that's the last one. And so I hope you guys try this, because this has made my life a lot easier having this stuff. It's handy. I just take it out and use it as I go, and I don't have to be like, oh, did I buy that, or did I forget to get it, because it'll be in the freezer for a while for me. And so then I can plan meals from there. And I do that with a lot of other stuff too. So if you guys want to see other stuff that I freeze and store that makes cooking really handy, let me know down below, or you know, leave a comment. But yeah, if you want to see more, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel on Cook Love with Coco. Thanks for watching. Bye.